Have you ever found yourself talking to a married woman and something just felt off? Not inappropriate, not obvious, but something about the way she looked at you, the way she leaned in a little too close, the way her questions seemed to linger just a second too long. You probably brushed it off. She's just being friendly, you told yourself. But deep down, you knew something wasn't sitting right. Here's a hard truth that most men either ignore or don't want to admit. Married women can still feel attraction. They can crave attention, desire validation, or feel emotionally disconnected in their relationships. And when someone like you walks in, not trying to be seductive, not crossing any lines, but carrying presence, strength, and calm, masculine energy, something in her awakens. Not because you tried, but because you represent something she hasn't felt in a long time. The signals won't be loud. She won't come out and say it. But if you pay attention, her behavior, those subtle micro moments, will reveal more than words ever could. The way she watches you, the energy shift when it's just the two of you. These are not accidents. This isn't about judging her. It's about being aware. Because if you're not careful, that quiet tension can pull you into emotional waters deeper than you expected. Before you act, or even speak, you need to understand the difference between innocent connection and hidden attraction. One will pass. The other can trap you in something messy, complicated, and nearly impossible to escape. So let's break it down. These are the four most subtle psychological signs that a married woman may be secretly attracted to you, and why recognizing them can save you from making a choice you can't take back. 1. She finds excuses to touch you. Touch is one of the most powerful forms of nonverbal communication. And when a married woman is attracted to you, she may not come out and say it, but her body language will whisper the truth. One of the biggest giveaways. She finds subtle ways to touch you. We're not talking about obvious or inappropriate touching. It's more subtle. A playful nudge during a conversation, a light touch on your arm when she laughs, adjusting your collar, brushing lint off your shirt, or giving you a friendly hug that lingers just a second too long. These touches may seem small, but they carry weight, especially when they keep happening. This isn't just physical, it's emotional. These moments of contact create a private connection between the two of you. She might laugh it off or pretend it's nothing, but pay attention. Does she do this with everyone? Or is it just you? If her touch feels exclusive, if you sense an energy shift every time she makes contact, chances are it's intentional. Now here's the catch. When a married woman starts physically engaging with another man, even in small ways, she's already stepping outside the boundaries of her relationship. She's testing the waters, seeing how you react, whether you pull away or lean in. As a man, it's easy to be flattered by this kind of attention, but you've got to be careful. Stoic philosophy teaches us to control our emotions and not get swept up by temptation. You must ask yourself, what's the cost of indulging this moment? Because while the touch might feel good now, the fallout later can be anything but. 2. She lights up. When you enter the room, energy doesn't lie. You can feel it before a word is even spoken. And one of the clearest signs a married woman is attracted to you is how her whole vibe changes the moment you walk into the room. Pay close attention to her reaction. Does her face light up? Does she suddenly perk up, fix her hair, adjust her posture, or smile a little wider when you arrive? These aren't random gestures, they're signs of excitement and attraction. Even if she's trying to hide her feelings, her body language will betray her. Maybe she was quiet and reserved a moment ago, but now she's laughing more, engaging you in conversation, or making a point to be where you are. That's not coincidence. That's desire making itself known. Think about this. We don't react like that to just anyone. When someone makes us feel alive, desired, or seen, it shows, even if we try to cover it up. A married woman may not feel that kind of spark with her husband anymore. So when you walk in and give her a feeling she hasn't felt in a long time, she doesn't know how to hide it. She might not even want to. But here's the Stoic reminder. Just because she's drawn to you doesn't mean it's your job to entertain it. A Stoic man doesn't chase validation or flirt with danger for the thrill. He recognizes when a situation could lead to complications, and he acts with discipline. Yes, it feels good to know someone lights up for you. But remember, not every spark is meant to be followed. Some fires are better left unlit. 3. She shares emotional details about her marriage with you. This is one of the most subtle but serious signs. When a married woman begins sharing emotional details about her relationship with you, on the surface, it might seem innocent. Maybe she vents about her husband being distant, complains about their communication issues, or opens up about how unhappy she feels. But here's the truth. This is not casual conversation. This is emotional vulnerability, and you've just been invited into it. When a woman shares deep emotional struggles with a man who isn't her husband, it means one of two things. She feels emotionally closer to you than to him, or she wants to be. Either way, that boundary has already started to blur. And if you're paying attention, you'll realize what's happening. She's no longer seeing you as just a friend or co-worker. She's forming an emotional connection that could easily grow into something more. Now here's where most men go wrong. They try to be her hero. They offer advice, comfort her, and play the role of the good guy. But the truth is, once you start taking on her emotional baggage, you're stepping into territory that can lead to heartbreak for both of you. A Stoic man understands the danger of becoming someone's escape. He doesn't confuse being needed with being valued. You can listen without being her therapist. You can care without becoming the solution to problems that aren't yours. When a woman talks to you about her husband, she's either warning you or testing you, and if you fail that test, you could be pulled into emotional drama that was never yours to begin with. Respect yourself enough to keep emotional boundaries strong, because once those fall, everything else follows. 4. She finds reasons to be alone with you. One of the clearest signs a married woman is attracted to you is when she repeatedly finds reasons for the two of you to be alone. It might not seem obvious at first. Maybe she asks for your help with something at work, invites you to lunch under the guise of talking about a project, or lingers after a group conversation just to chat. But when these moments keep happening, you need to ask yourself, why you? Why alone? Why now? This isn't just friendly behavior, it's calculated. She's creating private space where things can grow beyond surface level. These one-on-one situations create intimacy. They allow for more meaningful conversation, playful teasing, and subtle flirting without the eyes of others around. And it's in these private moments that attraction builds. She might lean in closer, share something personal, or let the conversation drift into emotional or even suggestive territory. It's quiet, subtle, but very real. Now here's the Stoic truth. Temptation rarely announces itself loudly. It slips in quietly through coffee breaks, shared laughter, and those moments where it's just the two of you. As a man, you need to be aware of what's happening. If you're flattered by the attention and lean into these moments, you're sending a clear message, even if you never say a word. And once she feels that opening, things can escalate quickly. So protect your peace. If she's married and looking for alone time with you, it's not about needing help, it's about testing limits. And you have the power to either draw a boundary or let it all unravel. So now you know, those little signs you thought were nothing, they might mean a whole lot more. When a married woman is attracted to you, she won't always come out and say it. Instead, she'll drop subtle clues through her touch, her words, her energy, and the time she tries to spend alone with you. But here's the real question. What are you going to do with that knowledge? As men, it's easy to get caught up in the thrill of being desired, especially when it comes from someone who shouldn't be showing that kind of attention. But attraction without discipline is a trap. It flatters your ego, but it can wreck your peace. That's where Stoic wisdom comes in. A Stoic man doesn't chase validation. He doesn't confuse interest with invitation. He recognizes when he's being pulled into a dangerous game, and he has the self-respect to walk away before things get messy. Because real power isn't in how many women want you. It's in how well you control yourself when they do. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments, have you ever noticed any of these signs? Did you lean in, or did you walk away? Stay sharp, stay grounded, and remember, just because she's married doesn't mean she's loyal. And just because she flirts doesn't mean you have to play along. Choose your peace over your pride. Until next time, stay stoic.